What's up, YouTube? Intricate Explorer here today. So, craziness just happened. Just literally, I think, totaled the Prius. And I'm in the middle of fucking Wyoming right now. Like the top part of it, like 8 hours from Colorado / decent civilization. So, literally the fucking deer just ran in the middle of the road. Like right on a hill out of nowhere, hit the front of it, hit the lights, hit the windshield, and there's red fluid leaking out. So we luckily just got a ride into town. So now we're just waiting for a tow truck to take us back to Cody, Wyoming. I mean, I don't exactly know what's gonna happen with my life in the next month, but it's definitely gonna be fairly interesting. We're about to go to the car, so I'll show you the damage and you can see what happened to the car. Yeah, so here's the damage right here.
Engine, whole bunch of stuff.
Leak fluid, the window cracked. So basically just came up right here and then hit it, and the deer is way on the side of the road over there. I'm hoping that the red fluid leaking out was actually just my windshield wiper fluid, because I forgot that my windshield wiper fluid's actually fucking red. Hopefully that means the repair isn't expensive and it's not totaled, because that would be amazing. We're basically sleeping in the tow lot tonight, and then in the morning they're gonna take us to the auto body shop. So we're gonna go to bed and we'll update you in the morning about what they say at the auto body shop. All right, we just woke up. Now that it's daytime, you can see the damage a little bit more clearly. Yeah, it's mainly this headlight that's fucked, and I think it's leaking windshield wiper fluid, I'm hoping. All right, so I'm gonna turn this into a tutorial because I have no idea what's gonna happen about this entire situation, and I figured it could be helpful to you guys if you ever crash the car / house that you're living in. So here's what you do immediately after the accident. So step one, just don't freak out. If you watch the first like 2 minutes of this video, you can see the stress just melting out of my eyes and my face. I just could not process the fact that I lost my house, my job, because I'm a Lyft and Uber driver, and my photography hobby because I'm using the car as a vehicle to travel. So it was just like all gone in the blink of a second, and now that it's the next morning, I could like reasonably process it a little bit more. But in the moment, I was just so overwhelmed with what do I do that it wasn't a good scene. So anyway, the first things you gotta do right after you get into an accident of the house you live in. So one, take a bunch of photos. Just take photos of everything. Two, you're gonna file a police report. So basically get the local police officer or whoever's local to come check out the scene and file a report about the accident. Three, you're gonna file a claim to your insurance company. So in my case, Progressive, basically call them up. They're gonna ask you like 1,000,001 questions about what happened. Just answer all these questions and then send them the photos from the crash and the police report. And these are all gonna help your case a ton. So step four, you're gonna get your car towed to a collision center. Google whatever your local collision center is. Generally, if you have roadside assistance like I did, you can just get them to tow it for you. It's generally within like 50 miles, they'll do it for free. And the collision center is gonna basically give you a number for the amount of damage that's worth, and then that number is gonna go to your insurance company, and they're gonna determine if your car is totaled, AKA they're just gonna give you money for a brand new car, or two, they're gonna end up fixing your car for you. Step five, so this is the not fun part, but you basically have to take everything you own out of the car that you live with. So your bed, your belongings, just pretend like you're parting ways with the car forever, because the car is now about to go to your insurance company. They're gonna give you a valuation for how much your car is worth. Since you no longer have the car, you can't live in it, you need all your shit, so put it in that, get in a rental car, and go figure out somewhere to live for 30 days. Unless you have the money to just buy a new car right outright and start living in it. You could do that, but I unfortunately need to wait because I don't have the finances to do that. So generally it's about a 30-day turnaround for most insurance companies from what I've looked at. So plan to go somewhere for 30 days. Right now the plan basically is to drive back to Colorado in the rental car and hang out with my parents and my girlfriend Haley for the next however month-long, 30 days it takes to get this whole thing sorted out. All right, guys, so we just got the estimate from the collision repair center in Cody, Wyoming, and they're estimating it $9,200 for the repair. It's gonna be like another day or two wait until the insurance company can get back to us and figure out if they're gonna total it or if they're gonna repair it. So we'll see. All right, so it's been about a week now, and I just got a call from my insurance company, and it turns out the car is totaled. So, kind of a bummer, but the good thing is I had a lot of insurance on it. I had collision, comprehensive, roadside assistance, the works, so that in the event that something like this did happen, I wouldn't be completely screwed over. So they are gonna value my car and basically give me the value of whatever they assume the car to be at the time of the accident. I also wanted to say, I think this is a great time to talk about how van life / car life / living in a car, nomadic life, can also not be nearly as glamorous as sometimes it's made out to be. For example, like if you look at my Instagram, it just looks like I'm fucking traveling the world and everything, but there's two sides to every token. So yeah, you can travel and get everywhere and live this minimalist lifestyle, but at the same time, since you have so little belongings in one concentrated area that's driving at 80 miles an hour, if that thing breaks, then you kind of just lose everything at once. Basically just been holed up at my parents' house and my girlfriend's house, switching between the two for the past couple weeks, and been doing some portrait work, which has been fun. I haven't really had a lot of time to practice my portrait game, so check these shots out of my girlfriend Haley. She's a great model, and we've just been working with literally whatever's around us. No extravagant settings or anything, just really basic areas. Secondly, I also created a free ebook, and I've had like a million people asking me about mobile photography, like taking photos on your iPhone or a Google Pixel or whatever, how to get better shots with that. So check that out. I'll drop a link to that below if you want to download that. It's like 15 pages, and it was actually really fun to design. So now I basically just gotta wait like another couple weeks to figure out whatever the car's value at, and then I'll get the money for the car and figure out what my next steps are from there. All right, so I finally got the call from my insurance company about what my car is valued at. And they're valuing the car at $9,500. And this is for a 2010 Toyota Prius with 89,000 miles on it. It's decent. They don't go by Kelley Blue Book value, so keep that in mind. It's probably gonna be a little bit higher than that because they take a few other factors into mind when you're valuing it. One thing you also can do is argue with your insurance company. So before you sign it over to them, check out the value of other cars in your area, compare it around, and send it to them and tell them why they're not valuing your car at the price of those. Unfortunately for me, I didn't have gap insurance, and since I was financing the car on a loan, I still have to pay the difference between what they value the car at and the loan. In the future, I would highly recommend you make sure you get this thing called gap insurance. And what this is they basically, for a couple extra dollars a month, your insurance company will cover the difference between what the car is valued at and the loan you still have. So they'll basically pay off that loan. Secondly, I'd also, one thing that has helped me get through this month is having a backup fund. So make sure you have like $1,000 at least, like just 1 month of living, just to be able to get through the month without having to worry about putting more and more stuff on a credit card while you're out of a house, while you're out of a job if you were Lyft and Uber driving, while you don't have a car to really get around. So you can feel like you're actually like losing real money instead of money that you don't have, AKA a credit card. So just get an emergency fund and it'll make you feel so much better. Inevitably, through all this, weighing all the numbers, crunching all the numbers, blowing my mind with so much math, I don't even want to think about it ever again in my life, I'm getting another Prius. It's gonna be a used one though. And I actually already got it. So I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. Here's the new car I got. It's a little different from my other one. Got, boom, silver Prius right here. It is a second generation Prius. So my old one was actually a third generation. So this one is 2007, so it's a little bit older, but I was able to get a pretty fucking good deal on it. I got it for 3.8K, and it has 160,000 miles on it, and it needed a few tune-ups. So before I bought it, I just took it to a mechanic, had them look it over, tell me what needed to be fixed out of it, and then I just fixed those things up myself. So one thing that was out was there's a water pump actually down here that's fairly common to be deficient in 2007 models, and it was out, so I had to replace that. I literally just unscrewed the hub, took this light out and replaced it. Also did the spark plugs, replaced the engine filter, which is right in here. And then in the back, I also had to replace this backlight right here because it was just completely broken. So I did all that myself. I want to say like $300, $400, probably $400 with all those parts when they were estimating over $1,000 worth of labor in that. So honestly, I have no skills in mechanics at all, but these cars are very easy to work on. So if you can get a cheap one, you can fix up the majority of the situations in it fairly easy, as long as it's not like rebuilding the engine. But I'd say the number one most important thing to look for is the hybrid battery. So a lot of electric cars, the battery will go out after like 120,000 miles. So these can be expensive. It can be a couple $1,000 fixes for it. I like to look for ones that have already had a battery replacement on it. So this one actually just got a battery replacement on it, and the old owner was able to transfer over a 5-year warranty on that battery. So for the next 5 years, if it fucks up, I can just get it fixed 100% free wherever I am. They'll come right to me and fix it. So that is the main thing. These are generally very reliable cars, so you don't have to be too worried about it, but that hybrid battery can be a big expense. So look for ones that have had a battery replaced with it and a warranty that can be transferred over. Also, another mistake that I made with my last car was getting one that didn't have leather seats on it, and it would get stained really easily. So this one, I made sure I got leather seats on it. Just going in and out of it, being a Lyft Uber driver, living in the car, you're gonna spill a lot of things. So having the ability to just clean it up a lot easier without having to get it out of some kind of fabric is a lot better of a situation. So there you have it, folks. That's gonna be the solution to this adventure, and coincidentally, it is about to be 2020 in like 2 or 3 days. So I'm super excited for the new decade, new car, continuing to explore the world. It's gonna get better. This whole month, since I haven't been doing a lot, I've been conjuring up crazy ideas for this vlog, and it's about to get crazy. So stay tuned, drop me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in 2020. Peace.